In the mountains of North Carolina stands a palace so massive, so improbable, that even the Vanderbilt fortunes struggled to contain it. This is Biltmore, America's largest private home, a masterpiece built to shine forever, yet nearly destroyed by its own greatness. On Christmas Eve 1895, snow settled gently on the Blue Ridge Mountains, while a 4-acre mansion glowed like a vision from another world. Under one roof, George Washington Vanderbilt III unveiled a Gilded Age dream: 250 rooms, 35 bedrooms, 43 bathrooms, and 65 fireplaces, all wrapped in Indiana limestone. There was a banquet hall stretching 75 feet to the ceiling, a private library with 10,000 volumes, an indoor winter garden, electricity at a time when most Americans still relied on candles, central heating, elevators, intercom systems, and a refrigerated cold storage room decades ahead of its time. Biltmore wasn't a home. It was a declaration that American wealth could rival the royal estates of Europe. But the magic came with a price. Beneath the polished floors, Biltmore operated like a small city, consuming money, manpower, and resources at a scale few outsiders ever understood. Deep in the basement, 3 enormous boilers burned coal by the ton simply to warm the house. Miles of hidden corridors and coded bell systems allowed more than 100 servants to move silently through the structure. Chambermaids, laundresses, butlers, cooks, engineers, gardeners, carpenters, all working from dawn to midnight to maintain an illusion of effortless luxury. The laundry rooms thundered with industrial machines. The kitchens required a small army. The hydroelectric plant on the river supplied power. Every single day, Biltmore dazzled the world while quietly devouring a fortune. Then reality arrived. In the early 1900s, the new federal income tax cut deeply into the Vanderbilt wealth, and in 1914, tragedy struck when George Vanderbilt died at just 51. His widow, Edith Stuyvesant Vanderbilt, suddenly carried the impossible burden of sustaining a palace built for abundance in an era that no longer believed in excess. Property taxes soared, coal prices rose, salaries climbed, and Asheville's economy struggled. The mansion's arithmetic turned brutal. Edith faced a decision no Vanderbilt had ever imagined: allow the house to fail or sacrifice the land that gave it life. To keep Biltmore standing, she sold 87,000 acres to the U.S. government, land that would become Pisgah National Forest. She cut staff, shut wings, and reduced operations, but even that was not enough. So in 1930, during the Great Depression, Biltmore opened to the public. A private palace became a lifeline, providing hundreds in a city fighting for survival. When World War II erupted, Biltmore entered a new chapter even more remarkable than the last. In 1942, under the cover of night, unmarked trucks from the National Gallery of Art arrived at the estate. Hidden inside their crates were some of America's most priceless treasures: Rembrandt masterpieces, rare European works, and Gilbert Stuart's iconic portrait of George Washington. Fearing bombings in Washington, D.C., the government selected Biltmore as a safe haven. The artwork rested in quiet rooms guarded by soldiers, while the rest of the world battled through darkness. For those years, the mansion became a vault, protecting the cultural soul of the nation. After the war, Biltmore faced the same question that had haunted it from the beginning: how does a house built for limitless wealth survive in a world that keeps changing? It was George Vanderbilt's grandson, William Amherst Vanderbilt Cecil, who crafted the answer. Through decades of careful planning, he transformed Biltmore into a model of sustainable preservation, opening a winery, expanding gardens, building hotels and restaurants, and establishing expert conservation teams to protect every square foot of the mansion. Yet the struggle remains relentless. Millions of visitors bring life to the estate, but also wear down its floors, threaten its climate-sensitive artifacts, and demand constant restoration, costing millions each year. Biltmore survives today not simply because it is beautiful, but because it adapted with discipline and purpose. And so the story leaves us with a question. When you walk through the halls of Biltmore, through the winter garden glowing beneath its Victorian glass, or the library hiding its secret staircase, what part of this dream deserves to be preserved above all else? Is it the copper roof turning sea green above the mountains, the landscapes designed by Frederick Lahm Olmsted, or the diaries and ledgers that reveal the true cost of maintaining perfection? Is Biltmore a triumph of American ambition, or a warning about the price paid for shining too brightly? And finally, which Gilded Age giant deserves its turn under the microscope next?